Face and Pro Flowers. I'm going to do an ad read for MeUndies. Thanks to our presenting sponsor, MeUndies, for supporting this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast. You want to look good with your significant other this Valentine's Day, right? Then check out MeUndies Matching Pairs, a unique, fun gift for you and your Valentine. They're the perfect balance of comfortable fit and exciting prints. Check out MeUndies.com and find the best match for your match. MeUndies are the most comfortable and fun undies you and your significant other will ever own. They're made from the softest materials on earth. We're talking 3 times softer than cotton. Soft. Match pairs are fun, thoughtful, comfortable gift you can share with your significant other. 100% satisfaction guarantee. MeUndies guarantees you and your significant other will love your matching pairs or your money back. Right now, MeUndies is an exclusive Valentine's Day offer just for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, when you purchase MeUndies matching pairs, you get 20% off and free shipping. MeUndies is very sure you'll love their underwear. They offer 100% satisfaction guaranteed. I think I already said that. If you don't love your first pair, you get a full refund. This is a no-brainer, guys. Get 20% off matching undies for you and your significant other and 100% satisfaction guarantee. What are you waiting for? Order by February 5th for free standard shipping. Go to MeUndies.com/roosterteeth right now. Welcome to the RT Podcast. I'm Tyler.
I'm Blaine. Why does this sound so official? Hey, I'm Blaine.
I'm Todd.
I'm Chris.
Welcome to the RT Podcast. Don't worry, everybody's going to be back next week. This is just going to be a one-off in case you're freaking out like, why is this guy here right now? We want to talk to somebody on the side set near and dear to our hearts. I think she has some very big news. Becca, how's it going?
Hey, it's going well. How are y'all?
I'm good.
Good.
What's your news?
My news is that today we announced the dates for RTX London and the location. It'll be September 15th through 16th at Excel London, and we're really excited about it. We announced it a really fun way today. Actually, I don't know if you saw. Where we DM'd this girl who is one of our biggest fans in London, and we had her announce it, and then we retweeted her. So it was a really fun thing. If you look at our Twitter account, you'll see the whole exchange go down. But yeah, we're very excited. September 15th, 16th, Excel, London, hashtag RTX London as per usual. And we can't wait to see you there.
London.
So wait, you said, I don't understand. You said you announced the dates and the location for RTX London. Isn't London always going to be the location for RTX?
Well,
like
the venue specifically.
Is the venue different than the last year's? No?
Okay.
So
no surprise there.
That's not
but
a big
the date is pretty different.
It's a big announcement for the company. It's a good deal. Thank you, Becca.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you, guys.
How are you besides that?
I'm
Any other
doing
big
well.
announcements? You doing good?
Yeah.
Someone needs to oil the Tyler machine. Yes, very good. It's like one of
They
the
told me to
animatronic
go for an
presidents.
NPR feel,
How's
so
the
I'm just
weather,
trying
Tyler?
to do my best.
How has the weather been?
It's been great. Today
How are
was
your bowel
especially nice
movements?
here
No,
in
it's
Austin,
fucking
Texas.
shitty today. I came in from San Francisco.
cold.
The weather was beautiful out there. It's nasty out today.
Yeah, yesterday was awesome.
I'm wearing this
Yesterday
stupid
was good.
beanie. That's too cold.
I have a question. What do you think is the softest part of your body?
Scrotum. Weenus. Scrotum.
Penis.
Lower back.
I was going to say my penis too. I just
Where's this going?
Yeah, where's
well,
this going?
that was all I had, because I was just thinking when you were talking about like the soft 3 times softer than cotton and all these things going on in my head. I'm like, what is the softest thing like on that I have? And then I was like, what is the softest thing on me right now? And I was like, well, probably not.
I think the better question is, how do they measure softness? I was thinking about that too. Like 3 times softer than cotton?
Yeah, what is soft?
I think that's thread count, probably, if I had to take a guess.
But
That makes sense for like materials.
Uh-huh.
But how do you measure softness for like skin?
I think it's subjective, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't know, but is there like a
Is
way?
there a soft machine?
Is there a way to touch skin?
Uh-huh.
Like, is there like a skin count? Like a thread count, but with skin or something?
Todd has very soft hands. I know that much.
yeah, I got a 4 billion cell count.
You sound like a serial killer. Right? I'm just wondering about skin and
Lotion.
Is there a way that you can touch the skin and feel it to know the softness?
Well, but okay, but no, you don't get. So you have like I was like, okay, what's the soft part of your body? You're like, oh, your scrotum, right?
Yeah, scrotum.
What makes your scrotum softer than say your finger? Or
Well,
your leg?
it's loose skin and it's always there's moisture down there, so it's always soft and lotioned up. Some people. Right now, my penis is softer than all of yours
How's that?
because I'm wearing MeUndies.
Oh.
My penis is in them,
Bringing it back.
and it says
Three
soft as
times
it can.
softer?
Yes, it's 3 times softer for sure. Absolutely.
Or your money back.
Or your 100% satisfaction guaranteed. I guarantee you, it'll keep your penis soft.
You guys will have to excuse me during this podcast because I took a red eye from San Francisco last night, and I am on probably 45 minutes of sleep.
Hey, I just wanted to ask you, since you dropped it twice, what were you doing in San Francisco?
My girlfriend lives out there. So,
Oh, yeah?
yeah, we see each other we try to do every like 2 weeks. But yeah, we hadn't seen each other since Christmas. But yeah,
What'd you
I
do?
only am on the podcast after like pulling an all-nighter. It's like consistent. Like I am only ever on the podcast whenever I'm low on sleep. I don't know why that is. Why God curses me so.
I'm only on it the day after the Super Bowl.
Really?
2 years in a row.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
Thank you
Hey,
very
you
much.
know what it is? You know what it is? It's RTX Australia.
Oh,
And
thanks, Chris. I hadn't figured
just
that out yet.
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
They really are. I know, like, I got a text from Brandon today, like, you want to be on the podcast? I'm like, God, there's literally nobody else at this company. They can get to do this show, and people probably won't like it, and that's okay. We'll put your faces on the thumbnail, just so people don't freak out.
That's the thumbnail right there.
Right
there you go.
That's it. It's perfect.
Chris,
We don't
do a
even
mad
have to
face.
do the rest of the show. We can just quit right now. It'd be great.
Do what face?
Do a mad face.
A mad face?
Yeah, he needs
For
to
the
be happy.
thumbnail.
Yeah,
No, move away from the microphone.
yeah.
I can't be mad.
That's like, for some reason, I feel like that would be your sex face right there. That hitting your teeth like you just
That's
did.
what I'm trying not to finish sex face.
Really?
Holding
I'm like-
it in.
Vary up the motion some way.
That's it
So
right there.
I would like to see you on a date. And somebody here at the office was telling me that they saw you on a date and that your body language was interesting.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It was just like, yeah, you got goofy body language.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, do you understand the words I've just said?
Well, but I understand the words, but they're, like, can you show me? Show with Tyler.
Well, I
Show,
think-
not tell.
Tyler does not have awkward body language, goofy body language.
I mean, yeah, I mean, sometimes, I do, but one of my favorite things to do, and I know this has got to be the same for a lot of people out there, is like, if you're with, like, let's say you're with your girlfriend and you're out, I love watching other couples and you try and decide what stage of the relationship are they in.
yeah.
Like, are they on a first date? Have they been dating for a while? Are they married? And the body language is just always so different. Usually the guy's like very much, if the guy's here, like very attentive and close to the table, he's on a first date.
Yeah, it's early on.
Because if you've been dating a girl for a while, you're just like, I don't
you're relaxed.
fucking
and
yelling
stuff.
at me. And
or if
whatever.
there's like
Yeah, it's
constant
like-
physical touch going on, I feel like that's an indicator
Yeah.
of like a long.
And then if girls are like, being physical themselves, touching out, that's probably a good sign, or
Yeah.
moving their feet or whatnot. But then it's great to see. I was out recently with somebody I was on a date with, and then saw this couple and this girl. I felt so bad for. Just she looked like. She was,
Did you
like,
see
revolted.
me on a date too?
That's
Is that
who it was. That's who it was. I thought I recognized you. She was like backing away and just like kept checking her phone, just like waiting for it to end. So,
That's not good.
but that's like one of my favorite things to do. People watching is very underrated. Everybody loves it, but we don't talk about it enough.
I used to, there was this one bar that I would go to and I would be like drunk and I'd people watch. And it was the best, just like kind of figuring out like, oh, this person's danced with that person, like where they're trying to go with the rest of the night and stuff.
Were you drinking alone at the bar?
Yeah, that was actually, oddly enough, this is like probably not too long ago in terms of like the anniversary, but it was after Monty died. Not to make you feel bad for bringing it up, but I remember
Thanks,
I was
man.
just like
I'm trying to
super-
fit in here, by the way. Thanks a lot, Blaine.
I was like super fucking like just bummed and stuff like that. And I remember going out one night and just kind of like to clear my head. And I went to a bar and was just doing some like serious, intense people watching. It was a lot of fun.
But that used to be your thing too, though.
What, people watching?
No,
No. That's stalking. That's different.
Looking. No. But you used to look sad when you'd go to bars, and wasn't that your thing?
That probably worked for you, didn't
Wait,
it?
that was your thing, is to look sad?
Well, no. I mean, I'm not trying to like. But if you go to a bar by yourself, you would look sad,
Well,
right?
yeah, maybe.
Trey-
I mean, sometimes stuff would happen, but no. That night, I was actually just wanting to just get out and be in the presence of other people because I felt like if I was in my house any longer, I was just going to go crazy.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But you're telling me you would go to bars,
Yeah.
and just look sad, and it probably worked for you.
Yeah, sometimes. I think we've talked
Damn
about
lucky
this
you
on
are.
a previous podcast. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter now because I got a girlfriend.
Do you know how happy I had to look in a bar?
Do you just constantly smile? I feel
Yeah,
like
I
that's
would go
kind
to
of
the bar by myself and stand in the corner with a cup of coffee and just smile.
That's super
Never worked.
creepy. Like
Never
that's
worked.
yeah, that's
But you
Got
never
married, bro.
strange.
Yes.
You never tried sad?
No.
You should just kind of
tried
have like
it?
a pouty face. Like,
I haven't, but I can't even be mad. So sad is a whole nother thing. I just stick to this.
didn't
Yeah, that works.
didn't we like?
It's that
we were in-
goofy body language we were talking about.
Yeah. Well, I want to go back to that.
Didn't you and I go to Dallas one time? It was like a film festival or something, and we ended up going out. And you and I like went to like a bunch of weird clubs, and like one of them was like a
Yeah. Wait, I don't remember.
You guys are being way too vague. You gotta
but
throw
where does
out,
this-
like,
what happened.
Well, so I mean, nothing. It's just like I've been in so many situations where I've seen you out in the wild, like on the hunt, and it's just funny. Like I feel like a documentary, just like here's the Chris approaching his prey.
That is the goofy left arm. Never fails.
But yeah, I remember like we just ended up at like I think it was like a Mexican nightclub, and they were playing the best fucking music. And we were like the only two white dudes there, just having a blast. That was like it was a really fun night.
I don't remember a lot from that trip, but I thought it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually hate Dallas, but when I'm with friends there from like out of the city, it's a lot more fun.
So what? Going back to the awkward. Show what is an awkward language or body language?
Pretend I'm the woman, Todd.
I don't know. It was described to me by this third party, and that
I mean, I know
you were doing this stuff and like kind of like.
Was he touching?
Well, here's the.
Yeah, were you touching the
that
woman?
kind of
I don't-
thing, and-
Maybe I don't know.
but it was working for you. It's not like meant to be an insult. It's like that really works for you.
He's disarming. You know, he's just look at him.
I kind of do that too. I'll like slouch, well, not like slouch like down. I'll just like when you're just like kind of on the table and just like resting.
But
like
in real life, you're like flexing the shit out of your arms.
that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
I do try and though. If I see coworkers or people I know during a date, I leave. Like I will just go.
Oh shit! Yeah, I heard this story. Yeah, so I know what you're talking about.
Wait,
now.
what is this
I know what
story?
you're talking about now. I know. Who the
Do you remember
third
any
party is.
details?
Wait,
No.
what
I don't
story is
remember?
which? Because
I don't know.
Who's the
I'm
third
not gonna
party?
say- I'm not going to say who the third party is. Come on, I ain't ratting
Do I know
people
that?
out.
I guess
I'm
it
just gonna
works.
be
Yeah.
now. I'm gonna be super vague and a dick.
Where do
I'm
they
not gonna
work?
Say anything? Huh?
Where do
I
they
know.
work?
Who, I think I
Stage
know what
five?
you're talking about.
It's funny because every time I go to this place, I run into coworkers too, and I've had the same thing where I was on a date with somebody, and coworkers showed up, and I kind of did the same thing. I didn't leave, but I went to another part of the room.
Yeah.
You.
I've gone into. I've had a Tinder date.
Uh-huh.
Walked into a bar, saw a group of coworkers, walked out.
That's what I heard.
I did that. Yeah.
You did that.
Without checking
Wait,
in with
did
the
you-
girl.
I saw a group of coworkers. I'm not doing this, and then walked.
Wait, did you ghost the girl?
No. And then this was not a good date anyway. But I texted the girls like, hey, why don't we meet at this bar next door or something like that? And I just changed the location because that was like a couple minutes early, so it was cool.
Uh-huh.
Didn't like not a drastic change. That was a bad date though. That was a really bad date. So this was a Friday afternoon, right?
Mhm.
Right after work. So it was like 6:30 or something. Like happy hour type thing. It was a Tinder, so we'd never met in real life. And I go there, and it's like it's one of those things when you meet someone from Tinder and you immediately know that you're not interested in them. Just kind of just physical body, like chemistry, whatever.
You find them repulsive.
That's your words, not mine. So
It wasn't a match. Sure.
yeah, I was. Yeah. So we sit down, and the whole time I'm like, I get a drink, and I'm drinking this beer, and I'm like, I have until this beer is empty to come up with a good excuse
Wow.
to like, hey, okay, I'm tired or something like that, right? I was trying to, like a polite, stuck around for a good like 20, 30, 40 minutes, a polite amount of time, right? This amount of beer. And I'm just drinking, but it's hard because it's a Friday night at like 6:30 or something, right? It's early. And I've already established that like, I don't work tomorrow, right? So I'm just trying to think through everything. And I'm like trying to come up with the excuse. And then I'm finishing up my beer and I still got like this much. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. I still got time, trying to still maintain conversation. And then the girl like downs her beer and was like, hey, do you want to go get, let's go get some more drinks. And I panicked because I was like, I didn't want to go get more drinks. I didn't we'd already been there for like, nearing an hour. And I was just like, oh, I can't. And she was like, why? And I go, I'm hungry.
Okay.
I told her I was hungry. And then she was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I'm just super hungry. I forgot to eat dinner, so I've got to go get
I'm
dinner.
allergic to beer. My house is on fire. Okay, bye.
I was just like I just froze, and I just said I had dinner.
Okay.
And then she was like, oh, okay, do you want to meet up afterwards? Like, maybe after dinner.
Oh no, I have
my
food
God.
poisoning from the meal I'm about to
Chris,
eat.
come
It was
on,
horrible.
man.
It was so. I was so
Listen, if you go
embarrassed.
on a date, no matter what, at least this is my rule. If the date is bad, and because the same thing, you sit down and you're not going to like each other, you got to stick it out.
No, I what? No.
You got to stick it out.
Well,
to the
I
end.
did.
So you took her to go get food after that?
No, because we didn't make plans to go get food. We made plans to get drinks.
Right, but then you left at 6:30 at night, basically
No, I left like
7:30
45 minutes to an hour later.
to go get food, but you didn't take her with.
Well, no.
That was just an excuse. He wasn't
That
actually
was
hungry.
my excuse.
I know, but it's dinner time. That she probably saw right through that, right?
Well, yeah, it was bad.
Did you meet
excuse.
back up with her or not?
No. I messed it up. It was a bad. I just
That's fucking
messed
awesome.
everything up.
Where'd you end up eating?
I don't remember, man. That
Probably
wasn't important.
An Arby's night for sure.
Chris, I heard you.
the meats.
Somebody's told me, a different third party, that
God damn.
you're actually quite a good, like, how do they call it? Like, lack of a better term, pickup artist. Like, you walk up to anyone and will just chat them up, and you have this total confidence.
I have
think
no
is an
problem
awesome
going up.
trait.
I have no problem going up and talking to people.
Yeah.
It's not like I wouldn't say a pickup artist because it's not like that type. It's not like some sort of.
Knowing Chris, I know he's not that skeezy. Like, I think Chris is very.
Do you think they just get that vibe off him? Like, oh, this guy's like an okay guy.
I think so. I mean, I think a true test of your character is like Alana loves you. She thinks that you're great. She's like, I like talking to Chris. How's Chris doing? So like, that's not the characteristic of a skeezy person. Now, Erin, on the other hand, she's like, fuck that guy.
Terrible. That guy sucks. No, it's you are a very you're a very friendly, personal guy. Like you just go up and talk, which is great.
Yeah.
I don't know
There's a
if
difference
that's
though
easy,
between that and being like a pickup artist.
I mean, I just mean you have no qualms about approaching women, and that's a great trait to have. What's your secret? Tell the people, because that's a skill, man.
I think it's just talk to a human being.
Just come.
At least that's the way I do it. I mean, you just talk.
I guess
Like there shouldn't be a difference, right? Like at least in my
I mean,
mind.
I know how to do it. I just want to see his tactics.
my thought is
You're married.
one.
You're married. What do you need these?
I've done this way more.
I don't.
Just because I'm older, yes.
If I don't do it, if I don't go up and talk to a girl, then
It ain't gonna
it doesn't matter. Like nothing happened anyway. But if I do, and then nothing happens, then I'm back where I was before I.
Do you have one tip?
Oh, it's like the whole like you miss every.
You lose
point.
every opportunity
You
you've
don't.
never taken.
Yeah,
you miss
score a
100%
goal
of the shots
points
you don't take.
that you field goal. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So I just shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've witnessed that. Like I've witnessed like the varying degrees of success for Chris. Like he'll go in and be like, "Hey, I'm Chris," and then he'll be like, "Okay, hop to the next one."
I think next time, like I'd never. I think you should always go out and date late, like 8 o'clock, something like that. I go to the same place. I've been going on the same date for 7 years.
Don't. Oh, you have the golden triangle.
I have the golden triangle.
That's yes. You've told
I'm
me.
not
about
going to
this.
exactly tell it, but it's.
What
You
does
can
that
call
mean?
this
Can I?
easy
Can
or
I?
whatever.
Can I name what it is?
What does that mean?
Yeah, can you
in vague
describe-
terms?
I'd rather not
No.
name the places.
No places.
But
Um,
like name what the events
Yeah,
activities
for
are.
sure. Absolutely.
Okay, I know that one of them is putt putt,
Right.
and then I know that the
Start
other
there?
one is
Yeah.
there's a is another one's a bar,
It's a breakfast joint. It's a 24-hour all night
Right.
breakfast joint.
and then the other one, it's not your house. is
ice
it?
cream.
Ice cream. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you just hit those 3 points.
Yeah, and the third one is optional. The only reason I do that is because I don't do dinner in a movie. I don't do alcohol. I don't go out on dates to have drink. I never have.
Why is that?
I don't like people being inebriated by any means. Like I'm here
With
like
a true self.
In my mind with dating, it comes down to this: is like you got to respect the person, not only themselves but their time, and you need to respect your time as well. So like we don't need to be wasting any of it. I don't want to see some bullshit trumped up version of you when you're drunk. or you're a little loose. Like, I want to see you for you. And I like going to do an activity like putt-putt because you're out there, you get to see how they interact with other people. Do they treat people nice?
Or not?
Are they judgmental? You know, they're out in the world instead of like just sitting down. You don't have to move. You're just like, you're going through the bullshit questions.
You learn the real stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
can
the
they
breakfast
putt through a dragon and a windmill?
The breakfast for me is like, that's a win for me because even if the date doesn't go well, I ate breakfast.
Yeah.
This is great.
So you actually go to eat breakfast, not a breakfast place at night.
No, it's a breakfast place at night.
Okay.
Yeah, so
It's
go
like-
do putt-putt and then go get breakfast, which is great. And then if it's going well, you want ice cream? Sure. If you don't, then I'll see you later.
So that's your like full
Pretty much.
date. See, if it's a first date for me from like a Tinder or something where I haven't met the person in real life,
You let me guess. You do something that's like an easy exit.
low commit, like a coffee or a drink or
like
something.
time
and
wise.
that's-
It's not
Coffee's
all-
good.
Yeah.
Coffee's
Coffee
really good.
or a
yeah.
drink or like like ice cream or something where it's like, hey, let's do this thing, and
Yeah.
and then if we're hitting it off, we'll go get dinner or something like
Which
that.
you didn't do
Yeah.
the first time. See me, I just know every time like you got to stick it out. I'll say I accidentally went on a date, not to get political, but with somebody who was very gung ho for the other person, or the person who might be our president right now. I did
Okay.
not know that. It was a very interesting date.
Uh-huh.
I still stuck it out to the very end.
Oh no, well
I just feel like if you're invested, that's your night. Have an experience. You're gonna get a story. I'm not saying it was bad that you did that.
Well, that to me, it's like, I guess when you say stick it out, to me, it's like when you make you're like, hey, let's go grab a drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, if you make plans to go get dinner and then stuff, then you got to eat the whole dinner.
Then you're
But if you
committed.
make
Yeah, no,
plans
totally,
to, hey,
yeah.
let's get a drink or let's get coffee, then you have like,
I would always go late, and I always. It's funny you say that reason. I probably am coming off like a douchebag right now, but I don't do Friday dates or the weekend.
Why is that?
I do weekday. So you always have an excuse like, hey, I got to get up early in the morning for work.
No, that's
I have a
valid.
dog, and it's like, because it's a good exit strategy for everybody. Because you don't want them feeling uncomfortable too. Like if they're not vibing, like you
Have a out.
they have everybody has an out.
Yeah.
Everybody's comfortable. You're out in public. You have witnesses. Like it's all good.
Shit.
You always want
why
that.
do you need witnesses?
Because you never know, man. There's some
Interesting
crazy
detail.
people out there. Like there's girls I've met online that are like, yeah, but where you've never met them before, and they say, just pick me up at my place. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Your judgment says, hey, guy I've never met in person on the internet, here's my address. Come pick me up at my house. Like you already know that person is not worth dating.
Well,
That's way too much
it
trust.
could be like
at
the
beginning.
apartment complex, and it's like you don't tell them.
No. For anybody out there, never, ever have them pick you up on the first date if you've never actually met this person. That's just crazy to me.
Well,
why? Well, what? Because you think that they could get like
If
mugged
yeah.
or something, or what?
No, way worse than that. If you gave a guy on the internet who you've never met before your address, do you guys remember the Craigslist killer? It's literally that. No woman should be giving out their home address on the first date to somebody who they've never met before in their entire life.
I had to fly, and I know that you've done this as well, but I had to fly to San Francisco to hang out with Lana and meet her for the first time, and I was going to stay there for a weekend, so that was like our first.
Now that's different though, because she's kind of a public figure. You know, like people
Yeah, you think
know,
it
like
differs?
if you disappeared and you told people, "Hey, I'm gonna go," on this date with somebody, I think that's different.
Yeah,
And I think
feels
everybody
like
should tell
roommates,
people.
yeah.
Like I always tell my cousin, like, "Hey, I'm going on this date with this girl. Here's where we're going. If you don't hear from me by the end of the night,
I'm
call
dead."
the police."
Wait, really?
Yeah,
You're
I've met some very deranged individuals in my day that have terrified me. So yeah, I think everybody should do it. It's good practice for all. Let people know where you're going. Don't have people pick you up on the first date. That's my rules for staying alive, and I'm here now. So it's worked out.
I'm trying to actually think.
So you went to San Francisco and you just stayed with her the first time.
Yeah.
That was kind of the plan.
We had been talking over I think I DM'd her on Instagram first, and then we started texting, and then texting turned into phone calls, and it was like 2 weeks. I was like, hey, I'm just gonna come out to San Francisco. She's like, yeah, come on out. And then we started dating after that. So
She's really nice. I like her.
pretty quick. Oh, thank you.
She's a good woman.
Yeah, she's okay. No, we it was fun. We celebrated National Tater Tot Day this weekend. We went to like a trailer park, or like a food truck trailer park, and there's like 15 of them. They all had like different types of tater tots. That was pretty cool. We're just
Exciting.
a wacky couple that goes out to food trucks. What can I say?
I think it's actually cooler, like the older you get, to be one of those. Not that that's lame, but like a lame couple. Like just going at like a game night is like my favorite thing in the world to do.
Yeah.
Like, no reason to go out for drinks or do anything crazy. You're like, hey, we went to a painting class the other night. I like being basic like that.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You should get married, man. You're gonna love it.
I think I would love
around.
marriage. Like, I would love to be a stay-at-home husband.
Chris,
Not
you get
dad.
married?
I don't want kids, but
What?
Are you gonna get married?
I mean, I don't know.
Todd, do you have kids?
No.
Do you want kids?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you want kids? Do you want kids?
I don't know.
You don't want kids?
I don't want kids, no.
Chris?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, God.
We'll see what happens, Blaine. We'll
Little
see what happens.
Chrislings. Get away from me. I feel like that your kids would hump. I just feel like they would hump.
What?
Like they would just hump things. Like they would be like small dogs or something. I just get that vibe from you.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not gonna never say never.
Instead of like teaching your kid how to throw a ball, you'd be like, all right, this is how you get a goofy position on a date, son.
This is how. Yeah.
Did you guys do Super Bowl parties or anything like that last night, or did you just watch from the confines of your home?
Didn't watch anything.
No,
I didn't even go. I paid no attention to the Super Bowl party. The only Super Bowl party, Super Bowl. The only thing I know about it is apparently there was a kid texting that is now a meme, and I don't understand.
So what happened was Justin Timberlake did the halftime show.
Yeah.
And at one point during it, he went up into the stands and kind of did the Ellen thing that she did at the Oscars where he took a selfie with a kid. And so the kid, after like JT's like behind him and like they take the selfie, this kid has probably has no fucking idea who Justin Timberlake is. Like he just looks so confused. He doesn't know what to do and everybody's dancing. And he's just kind of standing there. And so people have turned that kind of into a meme. I'm sure like broadcast could find something in there.
Well, they're like one of them was like it showed a picture of him on his phone, and then it showed like a screen capture of someone's phone. And it says like, "Who is Justin Timberlake?" Or,
That was like one of my favorite ones. That was really good.
Or it's like a Lady Gaga halftime show was a funny one that I saw. Yeah,
I was bored by the Super Bowl. Obviously, I'm the sports guy, and I was bored by it. I didn't really care.
I thought it was a good game though.
I thought it was okay. I didn't care for the team. I don't like the Patriots that much. I love Tom Brady, and I fucking hate Philadelphia. Sorry to people who live in Philly, but the reason I don't like Philadelphia is because do you guys know at least what has happened?
With like the riots and shit?
There's been fires. They've torn down God knows how many lampposts. They like
cars.
were climbing some gigantic
For
gate.
winning, did they lose or win?
They won. And it looked like it was like something out of World War Z where like people are just climbing up this gigantic gate to get wherever the fuck. I don't know.
Yeah.
Here in Austin, Texas, they spray painted our Stevie Ray Vaughan statue into an Eagles jersey. Philly fans are the worst fans in the entire world. They're terrible people.
Yeah.
Terrible people. City of brotherly love, my fucking ass.
Why would they protest if they won?
They
That's
weren't
just what-
protesting. It's
there's-
just a weird celebration.
There's certain cities in this country that when big things happen, they riot. Cleveland is one of those places. Philly is definitely one of those places where like people just go crazy. In fact, Philadelphia fans, Chris, I don't know if you know this, are known for throwing batteries onto the football field at opposing players. And I shit you not, Duracell made a little video and said, congratulations to Philadelphia. And it was just raining green, which is their colors, and Duracell batteries.
But why
Like
batteries?
just even admitting it. It's not funny at all.
Just to hurt people,
Like it's the shittiest city, the shittiest fan base in the country.
I mean, I like it.
Why batteries?
There's lots of things that are
Exactly.
Like,
The Philly mentality is like, why not? Like,
They have arguably the greatest quarterback to ever play the game.
Well, nobody cares about
Nick
the
Foles.
X's and O's so much, but Philadelphia is like burnt to the ground this morning. It's been pretty crazy.
He won the game.
Oh, gotcha.
what would you do in a riot?
What would I do in a riot?
What would you do in a riot?
I'd probably lock myself in.
No. You're in the riot. You're not.
I wouldn't. I don't think I would get that
deciding
far.
whether or not to go in. You're in the riot. The riot is around you.
If there's a cop getting his ass beat, I'd probably try to help him out. I'd probably try to do like mitigate the damage and to make sure that shit didn't get too,
I thought you were going to go the other way on that one. I was
Yeah,
expecting
help
to say I
who
was
out.
going to beat the shit out of the cop too.
No,
I was going to jump in there.
I just like I feel like that pack mentality just like overcomes people, and then they do things that they wouldn't normally do.
I was in a riot one time
Really?
What?
in Seattle.
What?
It was 1999, the World Trade Organization. People were like protesting, and they sent a decoy, somebody to the like a decoy protester to go off the stadium to like rappel down the stadium and unfurl this flag. And then meanwhile, like all the cops went there, and then they took over a big portion of the downtown. They just blocked off everything. And I was like a kid, like a tourist, like looking around, and I was within the zone they blocked off. There was like tear gas, and the anarchists came in and start like bashing McDonald's and like breaking windows. And
What did you
it
do?
was wild. I just shat myself. Like quietly sat down. No, I kind of just like
this is great.
back to, I mean, there's a lot of peaceful protests. There were a lot of people like protesting economic policies of the big, countries that were there and sitting in the middle. But there was like tear gas wafting through. It was really weird. I just kind of like tried to just leave the danger zones.
Yeah.
And eventually the cops busted through. But
I guess to be clear, it would be dependent on the riot and what my involvement would be. If it was like the Philly type situation where it was violence and mayhem just for violence and mayhem's sake, then that's when I would step in to like help people out. But if it was like a protest and then they started like bashing in people that were like doing like, civil rights stuff, then I think my allegiances might change then.
What about you, Chris?
Kind of dependent on the situation.
What would I do in a riot?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
Cut to Chris just naked, just like.
I mean, I would try. I think I'd try and be a good citizen. Help out people and stuff. But it's like I guess I just like look around and see what watch.
You just
Try and stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Try and help people maybe who are like getting sprayed by gas or something. I don't know.
You know what I would do?
Can't do much.
I would stay in a safe space. Maybe stay at home, get online. Maybe I'm feeling creative. Maybe I go to squarespace.com. And this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. Squarespace offers beautiful award-winning designer templates, and you can create a beautiful website or online store with an award-winning template. It's an all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. They've made it easy to set up or transfer your domain on Squarespace. Instead of working with multiple vendors to maintain your online presence, you are able to manage all of your domain and billing settings with Squarespace and take advantage of their easy-to-use DNS interface. It's never been easier to sell products or services online. Squarespace allows you to manage your products, orders, and inventory easily. Squarespace can also provide you with a comprehensive set of marketing tools to engage with your audience, get found across search and social, and grow your following. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com. Go to squarespace.com/roosterteeth to get 10% off your first purchase. That's squarespace.com/roosterteeth for 10% off your first purchase. Last time we asked you to share with us your Squarespace created websites, and we've gone through and picked some of our favorites. As a reminder, with Squarespace, you too can make sites like this. Be sure to tweet at us with the hashtag #RTSquarespace. Back to the podcast.
Kind of speaking of like doing weird illegal-ish stuff, I had like kind of a moral like conundrum happened to me the other night. I got home from the gym and it was probably like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or something like that. And it was like late at night. So like by that hour, you can assume that no one else is going to be coming out to the parking lot of their car. And the car next to me, their lights were on. So I was like, well, that fucking sucks. They're going to wake up tomorrow. And this is during like the freeze and stuff like that. And I was like, they're going to have to jump their car while it's like 20 degrees out. So I was like, okay, well, I should just get into their car and turn off their lights for them. They would be none the wiser, and I'd be helping this person out, whatever. So I like opened up the door to get in.
It was unlocked.
So I opened up the door to get in, and then I'm like searching for the light thing, and I could not find it. And like 4 minutes passed of me looking for this light, and I was like, if this person comes out, I'm going to get shot. So I closed the door. I was like, I'm sorry, it's their problem, whatever. And I go back to my apartment, and I was just sitting there thinking on it. And I was
you talking about the interior light?
Yes. It was like their lamps were all on, and I've left those on, and it's killed my battery.
Yeah.
So I was thinking on it, and I texted Alana. I was like, this person's lights are on. I'd feel bad if they, their battery died and stuff like that. I was like, I could potentially save their day. And she's like, well, go back and do it. And I was like, okay, fine. And I was like, well, if I get caught, I should have some proof that I'm there to do good. So I wrote a note and I said, hey, your lights were on, your doors were unlocked. I hope you don't mind. I went inside and I turned them off. I hope your battery's okay. From your neighbor.
From Philadelphia.
From Blaine Gibson.
From a stranger.
Address, blah, 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 blah. So I carried that with me. I went back out into the thing, and then their driver's side door was unlocked too. So I started going in there, and I was like fixing it. And then I found the light, turned it off, left the note inside, walked away. I was like feeling like really good about it. And I was like, yeah, this is great. And then when I got away, I was like, their doors might have been unlocked because somebody probably broke into their car, Or like, what if they like report me and they can trace back, the thing? So I was like, should I go back and should I
leave
like
another note?
Wipe off your fingerprints, like clean the crime scene?
and should I like steal the note back? Like, what should I do in that situation? And I was texting Alana, I was like freaking out about it. So I ended up just leaving the note, and their car moved the next day, so you could tell that they were able to drive it. But
Or it got stolen because it was unlocked.
Too. I don't know. Did I do good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you react if you got into your car and someone had left you a note and it was like an anonymous
I would have
note?
been weirded out, like who was in my car and what were they doing and where is the semen?
Would you have rather known that someone had fixed your car or like protected your car for you, or would you just like not be idiotic?
It's a fine thing to do.
Ignorant to it.
One time, some guy ripped my rearview mirror off when I was living in LA, and it was just kind of dangling there. And somebody left me a note that was like, "Hey, I saw this dude. He's kind of like this neighborhood guy, and he's kind of crazy, and he ripped off your thing." And it was really nice because I didn't have to be like, "Why me?"
Oh yeah, like an explanation for
right
it.
on.
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
It did occur to me that maybe he did it and wrote a note pinning it on another guy, like you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
dear,
that's a really good way to rob a car.
It goes here to do.
You could be like, I noticed the window had been smashed. So you write the note ahead of time. You're like, hey, I noticed your window smashed, but they left the lights on, so I was just turning them off. So you know how much it must suck to have a broken window and a dead battery. So I was just doing that. And then I noticed your speakers weren't fit in the right. So I was taking them, and you just write this long note, and that was kind of afraid it would happen. Like they would come up and be like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, oh, this is the note. It's an episode of Curb.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. I kind of had one recently where I might have fucked up on 2 occasions. For one was about a pit bull attack that I witnessed with a mother and her child. The other one, I was at El Cholito, which is a taco place here in town, and I'm sitting outside waiting to get my tacos, like 9 o'clock at night, right before they're about to close. And this big guy comes out of a Mercedes-Benz. This guy's huge. He's like 6'6", like 300 pounds. And to me, he looks hammered drunk. Like, I can't really tell. Like, maybe he's, I don't know. Like, you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's like handicap or something like that, where that's the way he walks. He gets up there and he loses his sandal and like staggers forward a little bit and then like turns it. And I'm like, this guy's hammered. And I'm like sitting there like, do I intervene? Like, do I go talk to this guy and say, sir, you can't get back in your car? But also,
he drove.
He drove.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry. He pulled up in a Benz. And like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, I'm a very small guy. Like, I would get my ass kicked by a very large drunk man. That wasn't my biggest fear. My fear is, like, he got back on the road and, like, could possibly hit somebody.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything, man.
Ooh.
Which I feel bad about. Like, it happened really fast. Like, his taco was out the window. He grabbed it and he got back in the car. So I didn't really know what to do.
I feel like
it's one of those where I went home and I felt shitty. I just didn't. I should have reacted.
That happened to me. Something similar happened. I think in that situation, you just kind of call the cops and you're just like, hey, license plate, whatever. This dude's like wasted. Because I was at a red light one time, and then I look over and this guy is just like straight up just drinking beers in his car, which he like. I'm assuming he wasn't drunk, and you look back and he's like, you like give me like kind of like
gave you a look.
Yeah, like I was like a fucking asshole for invading his privacy when he's like on the.
He like throws the beer at his window and it bounces back. And
but like I didn't know what to do in that situation either, and I was thinking about calling the cops, but then I was like, was that an overreaction? I don't know.
It's one of the it happened so fast. Like if he had stayed around and I had time to like get out my phone and take a picture, of his license plate, because he literally pulled up, got out, lost his shoe, grabbed the taco, got back in, and I was like, fuck.
What was the other thing with the pit bull?
Oh man, I saw a pit bull attack. That shit was nuts.
Wait, like
the full-on pit bull attack.
Like the singer-songwriter? He
was like, dale. And then he just like bit this woman. It was insane. And then, it was nuts. So yeah, I take my dog Danny to this dog park over in West Austin.
Good dog.
She's awesome. And it was a cold day, walking up to the dog park. It's a gated off dog park, and there's one other lady with her dog. Can't see it. It's very far away. Nobody else is at the dog park. I'm following this lady going in. I'm about 50 yards behind her. She's got a stroller with her, tiny little infant, and a big St. Bernard dog. So big dog.
Yeah.
As she goes into the gate, I hear this scream, and this pit bull, monster pit bull, rushes from the other side of the park and grabs the neck of this St. Bernard and rips it to the ground.
The whiskey barrel didn't protect it at all?
No.
Oh, God, no.
And this woman, the mother, like, of the child and the St. Bernard, she jumps in to try to separate the dogs, which you don't do. You can't do.
No, you finger their asshole.
Yeah, that pit bull.
No, I'm not even joking.
That
You finger the dog's
doesn't,
ass.
that doesn't work because my friend did that. Not on a pit bull, but he did that, and all he got was a smelly finger.
Wait.
I swear to God, he did that.
Was it dogs or humans?
It was a
I
dog.
mean, well, it would work for
That's
both.
what you do in a riot. You go around sticking your finger up butts, trying to break it up, guys.
Did the St. Bernard, was it okay?
It was okay for the most part. It was the craziest thing. So, like, this woman jumps in to try and get the dog away, and I have never seen raw power like that in my life. It was like just sinew from this pit bull just ripping out the neck. So Danny and I run up. I put her around this tree. Danny, I tie her to this tree, and I'm sitting there. And again, I hesitate. I'm like, I don't want to fucking die today. This is like 2 days before New Year's, and I was like, I got to make it to 2018. But also, I know if I jump in there, that dog will probably kill me. I'd kill the dog too. I would smash its head in with a rock or something. That was my game plan.
Right.
I'm like, we'd both be dead on the ground. My throat ripped out.
Like
its
the end
head
of The
bashed.
Grey with Liam Neeson.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Basically, that's how that would happen. But this, the nurse who owned the pit bull, like, this was surreal. She flies out of nowhere and form tackles her pit bull onto the ground.
Shit.
Like 1 in a million chance to do that. She does it. The lady escapes with her baby. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because who knows if that pit bull goes for the baby. And then we're all just standing there, and both ladies are crying, and they kind of talk to each other like, you need to train your dog better. And the nurse is like, my dog's never done this before. Bullshit. And I'm just standing there like a fucking asshole.
Eating your French fries. Or
I'm
whatever.
like, I didn't do anything, but I'm here. Hey, everyone.
You guys need help?
I did. I was like, do you want me to stay with you and comfort you? Because I didn't jump in and do anything.
And as everyone knows, how
So this is just a series of you just
like, I need to...
doing nothing.
The stories of me doing nothing. I need to jump into these more.
Did the
Your
finale of
superhero-
Seinfeld teach you nothing?
I didn't like Seinfeld. I hate Seinfeld.
Man, he hates
Wow.
Philly fans.
Hold on.
He hates Seinfeld.
I know I'm going to be very unpopular. I know that is a very unpopular opinion, but my one bugaboo with it, because I love Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You also use the word bugaboo.
My God.
I love Bugaboo.
Stop
It's a great
this
one.
man.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is like one of my favorite shows. I love it. I don't do laugh tracks. Don't fucking tell me when I laugh.
Yeah, I think that.
Don't
now,
tell
are
me
you
when I laugh.
reacting to Seinfeld now, or did you always hate it
I
in
hated
the time?
it. I always hated it. I don't like shows with laugh tracks. Like my dad
How
watches
old were you
Two
in
Angry Men or whatever it was.
Yeah, laugh tracks seemed
2.5
super
Men
dated.
or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I would
Well, that's-
I would
but
kill
yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
How
if
old
I
were
had to
you?
watch that.
How old were you in like 98?
Well, that's
when it
personal
finished?
information right there.
All right. Well, I'm
8.
gonna guess 6.
I was 8 years old.
Were you?
Yeah. I was born
See, it
in
was
90.
good. It was good when it was on TV. But yeah, I agree. If you look back, I can't watch it now at all.
And I know
That's
that
weird.
I'll get ripped for that. That's terrible.
I
But-
can see the appeal in the laugh track though, because we've been doing like we did an episode of MDB and it was a live episode just from London, and there's like a laugh track and it helps like
It's real people though, right?
yeah,
Like, that's
yeah, and
kind
it's
of a
just
different-
genuine laughter, but it helps like the pacing and just like it helps jokes set them up, and
yeah.
you know, so I can get why that they're helpful. But yeah, if it's like because they didn't tape Seinfeld live in front of an audience, did they?
I think they did actually.
I'm not sure.
Huh?
They did. Those were real laughs, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna retract.
Yeah, but they're forced laughs.
Because they literally have
on
a sign that
they
says
put on the damn
applause.
sign, laugh really hard right here, go, ooh. Not exactly.
Oh my God! Shut up!
That's a
Can't do
standing
that.
ovation too.
Do you guys have anything like that, like really unpopular opinions when it comes to like TV and film? Like, I love getting into this
Oh,
shit. It's so
God.
much fun. I know it's ridiculous for me to hate Seinfeld, but I do.
I mean, I haven't watched like that or whatever the fuck that other one was that took place in Seattle.
Cheers?
No,
That's
Frasier.
Boston.
Frasier. Yeah, I hated Frasier too.
I didn't get into those at all. Friends was just kind of meh for me.
I like Friends.
I don't like.
I just
didn't
don't like TV in
Friends.
general. I actually made a really mature decision when in middle school where I was like sitting there and I realized like I just didn't like watching TV because I was watching a commercial and I was like, this is like a quarter of the programming, so I wasn't like into it, and I just stopped watching TV from that point on. I was like, if I'll play video games, that's fine, but like TV is just.
Did
not
you have
for me.
HBO as a kid?
No, things have changed now. I watch
things
Game
like-
of Thrones and stuff, but there's like no commercials.
Things like that, like definitely warped kids our age. Because like I had HBO,
Yeah.
so like I'm watching like George Carlin and Richard Pryor at like 13,
Mm.
which definitely like shaped my life. Like I saw my first boobies on Trading Places on HBO.
Sure.
Like it's like kids who had HBO and then kids that did not have HBO have very.
I had
different lives and
the
upbringing.
Static porn?
fuzzy channels.
Yeah, we had
yeah,
static porn.
Yeah.
The show, what was that Showtime? That it would kind of come in and you'd see a little bit of nipple.
For those who didn't, this is before their time. There were the paid channels on cable which have nudity and like rated R stuff. If you didn't pay for them, then they would show up on like channel 2 or something, but they would be like really fuzzy, and you'd have to like kind of like look through the mist and like try and see nudity as a kid. Like that's what you would do.
That's what
You had to use
That's
your
like the
mind.
beginning of American Pie. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Man,
It's a real thing.
when I was in walking around downtown SF this weekend, I had a realization that like we are totally in the fucking future. Like it was like a weird sensory sort of experience, but an electric car drove by and it was like a sort of noise, and then there was these huge fucking light panel displays that were like giant television screens with advertisements, and then there was like a couple of other things that happened that like 10 years ago, 17, 18-year-old Blaine would have been like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is some sci-fi shit. But I think it's just happened so gradually that we haven't really realized it. But like,
I have a question. I completely agree with you on that.
we're launching a space car to the Mars.
I mean, every time I talk to my Alexa, I'm blown away. I tell her to turn on my lights, and I always sit there like, I can't fucking believe I'm here.
Your Alexa
Like,
turns on your lights?
Oh yeah, you can hook them up to your Hue lights, and you get colored lights. It's amazing.
I just got Hue bulbs.
Oh, dude,
I'm about to
they're so
install those
great.
tonight.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Mine
But no,
just started
I have-
talking the other day, just telling me shit. Just talking, like, bragging about knowledge. Shut
I
up,
know
Alexa.
everything
Yeah.
in human consciousness.
They do that when they mishear you say Alexa or something.
Which is kind of annoying. But to
Yeah.
your point, like we are living in the future, but I don't know why we keep progressing it in certain areas. Like everybody's seen Terminator 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Why are we making AIs that are very intelligent? Why are we making AIs that are like beefing with Chrissy Teigen? Like I don't like that. Why are we making this? We're making fucking Skynet and nobody has a problem with it. We're
Yeah.
just
Well,
letting
Elon
it
Musk
happen.
is
People have a
actually-
problem with
yeah,
it.
Elon
People-
Musk.
it's-
I got a big fucking
Stephen
problem with it.
Hawking
Why do we care? Why do we need
hates
to do that?
Stephen Hawking hates it. You're in
He's-
good company there.
Very smart man.
I read a fucking article the other day, a fucking article, mind you. And it was like something about, it wasn't the UN. I can't remember what it was, but it was basically like Russia is going to ignore any sort of regulations to make autonomous killing robots.
Oh.
So basically, like we have drones, but the drones can be controlled, and then they can also like, they can augment a person's ability, the pilot's ability. But at the end of the day, it requires a trigger pull from a human being. But Russia's like, nah, we're gonna make some like killing,
And
robots.
that's where it will start.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right there.
They got a robot that can do backflips now. Did you see that?
I have seen that.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
it's terrifying.
End of the world, bro.
Yeah. that's
I
the
can't
most
even do a
terrifying.
backflip.
Just in
Most
time for the
humans
Olympics.
can't do backflips.
Hey, let's do one now, Chris.
No.
Yeah. Come on, audience. Let's cheer on Chris.
Where's the laugh
Bring the
track?
laugh
Where's the laugh track? Come on. Woo.
No, it's the wrong cue.
Is there like
yeah,
a
that was the
clapping
right
one?
one, but it's too late
Is
now.
there like a build? Wow.
oh.
That is crazy though, and I always hate those articles because the scientists are like, "We're making so many improvements and advancements." Like, stop!
Yeah.
You're gonna kill us all.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta go sit in the park more, just enjoy life. All this shit's about to end in a few years, anyways. We're all fucked. Look at that thing.
Look at that.
Backflipping robot.
Robot?
Rip it. That's what they're gonna call it.
I have to call it robot because
Yeah.
Twilight Zone, that's what they called robots. They're just like, it's a damn robot. So funny.
Give me those cigarettes for my health. Robots?
The doctor prescribed these robots.
Well, like think about it like this: like if they actually do happen, like they could all come for us. Like they would download the entire world's information, right? And they would listen to this podcast, and they would show up at my fucking house and
because
say,
they know that you.
they would
They'd
play
be
the
like,
recording.
he's the one
He's the one that hates us, and they'd
who
kill,
let the
kill
drunk
me.
driver get away.
Or they'd like
Yeah,
go back
hang
to
out-
your
Yeah, they'd be hanging out at the putt-putt place.
Yeah, and they
your
come.
We know where
Alexa
he lives.
history and all of your
Yeah.
weird requests. They would use them against you.
Absolutely.
Like you
would.
spoke badly to Alexa. She's my girlfriend.
Oh man, do you ever think that'll happen like with the
How about you
politician?
turn the lights on?
Like in the
politician?
future, as far as like they would like somebody would hack me, like here's this dude's porn history, and if you saw it, like that would definitely sway votes. Maybe for and against.
I mean, I've seen some weird shit. I don't think. Well, unless it's like some like weird kitty porn or something like that.
Well, I mean,
But,
obviously,
'cause
obviously.
fuck that guy. But yeah, I mean, like, I got some weird porn habits, so it's whatever. Each their own, I suppose.
What Blaine's saying is that he can't run for office because if that happens, then it would not be good for you.
We learned a lot by what you didn't say there.
Open your hearts, guys. Come on. Yeah.
So yeah, technology's bad. Laugh tracks are bad. Take your girls a putt-putt.
They do push that a lot, though. They're like, Internet 2.0, when they always use that one example that's like, your refrigerator will know when you're out of milk and will tell you. You know, that would just turn into like, shut up. I know I'm out of milk. Damn it. I'm lactose intolerant. Shut up. The 15th time in a row. Damn it.
I used Alexa. Oh, sorry. If you guys have an Amazon Echo at your house, because we keep activating them.
Right. That's right.
But there was this one time where I was coming home from picking up some groceries, and it was like late at night, and I think we had to get something, and my girlfriend was taking a nap. So on Spotify, you can control the music that's playing in your house. So I thought it would be really fucking funny if I got to my apartment door, put my key in really quietly, and then played John Cena's theme song, and then as soon as it started, bust in, and then like have like a wrestling intro for my girlfriend, and like, you know, like make her laugh and stuff like that. I did that. So it's like, dun, 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 and I bust in, and I'm like, oh, like acting like a dumbass. And my girlfriend's literally screaming like bloody murder. And I was like, echo off. And I turned the lights on, and I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, she had a ghost experience that went simultaneous with
John Cena ghost.
She was like, this is really weird timing, but I like felt something in the room, and I swear to God, the temperature of the room got super fucking cold. It was so cold, and I feel like I couldn't move my body. I think she had like sleep paralysis. And then you come in with your fucking music, and I was like, I'm going to die. So, like, Alana thought she was going to die.
That's when you just leave that note you were talking about. Just to be like, hey, it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It was the silly wrestling
Do
intro.
you think you give power to ghosts if you believe in them? Like, if you refuse to believe in ghosts, I feel like you'll never see one.
I remember one night where, so the old apartment that Aaron currently lives in, that I used to live in, I've since moved out, was haunted. It was built in 1966. No fucking way that people haven't died there. And I used to remember waking up at night, and I'd feel like there'd be like a cop in my room, and I'd act totally normal. There's a police officer just doing his duty. Then there'd be a construction worker.
Wait.
I would wake up in the middle of the night,
and there'd be.
It sounds like the village people were at your house. There's a cop and a construction worker and an Indian guy.
Alana like playing the YMCA as a prank to you.
Well, so no, like I would wake up, and then I would be like kind of in this daze where I would think that someone was in the room, but I wouldn't act in a way that it freaked me out. Like it was just kind of like a normal thing. And then I'd wake up, and then I'd realize how fucking weird it was. But it was such a real visceral experience that I don't know. I couldn't explain it. It happened so many times at that apartment. It has not happened since. But I do remember one night where I thought there was like a ghostly like presence. So I played the Ghostbusters theme song, and then I was like, I chuckled myself to sleep.
It's probably just Aaron.
As someone who doesn't really believe in ghosts, I don't ever have those experiences. So how does
going back to Tyler's point, maybe
that's what I'm saying is like I've never had an experience like that in my life.
I like to entertain them. That and extraterrestrials because it's just fun.
Yeah,
like
I believe in like the idea of intelligent life outside.
Oh, there's definitely.
See that thing that the guy that worked for the Department of Defense for 10 years, he was like running it or something. They came out and were like, yeah, UFOs are real.
Yeah.
How can they not be real? I think it would be crazier if aliens are not real. That would be more shocking. Yeah, the fighter pilot stuff in San Diego.
Yeah.
The what?
Oh, like the voice recordings and shit?
No. It's like some video in San Diego. I don't know. Like aliens exist. I really hope we get to meet them in our lifetime. Either way, that'd be really cool. If they come to destroy us, whatever, don't have to pay taxes. If they're friendly, then, we know there's, other life out there.
I think that, and I've read a bunch of stuff on it and stuff.
Don't have to pay taxes. Major benefit for the planet becoming extinct.
There's a lot of benefits to just dying. Like, you don't have to deal with shit anymore.
It's true. There was this one time where it was like a weekend where my friend and I got like super deep into alien conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And it got to the point where we got so freaked out and we were learning about these people that were theorists who got killed mysteriously that we were just like, we're going to stop doing this because our internet search history is like really kind of sketch. We were younger and stupider. Mm-hmm. But I do remember though that there's this big argument that the government would never tell us because it would just like totally break the human spirit. Like our religions are based off of us being like the center of the galaxy and the universe. So for us to know that there's other, beings, it would just cripple people and out of fear and shit.
It would cripple
I don't know.
some people.
Popes
I mean,
can
'cause-
start whacking people.
They did the same thing with like the Earth being the center of the universe. Like, oh no, it can't be the sun back in the day. But it's sun's cool.
So to the ghost thing,
What?
I have a question. This is I've always wondered about this because there's basically only two options you have. When you die, you can be buried or you can be cremated, right?
Cremated.
Yeah.
What
More
if?
two options.
I've always wondered. Those are the main two.
What
right?
are the other options, Chris?
Launched out of a cannon?
You could get Osama.
That's an actual. Yeah, you could get like donated to science.
Oh, you can get
like
sent into space or something.
yeah.
Oh,
why
yeah.
not?
Or you could get
aliens.
Osama
You could
bin
get-
Laden.
I
You
bet
get
you-
dropped in the ocean.
I'm sure there's an option to be like processed as like for animal feed or something.
You can made it
Like,
into diamonds and trees.
I want to be put into peanut butter.
Well, here's the thing. My question is
Crunchy
that
peanut butter.
is there a right way to do it? And I wonder if ghosts exist because you don't do it the right way. Like if you get cremated, do you become a ghost because you didn't give your body back to the earth? Or if you do get buried, then do
You're
you
still
become a
giving
ghost because you didn't get destroyed?
Yeah.
well,
I
what do you
think
mean
it's-
by the earth? Because you're talking about.
I'm just talking about if you get buried, did you make the wrong choice?
Well, I think it's you just don't make sure that your dead body doesn't get wrapped up in a white bed sheet. Got it, Todd. Yeah.
That was tight.
Thanks, bro.
It sounds terrible to be a ghost. It'd be terrible.
I mean, maybe. Depends on what's the alternative. Like you could roam the earth
You don't have
and
to pay taxes.
just
You don't have to
witness
pay
shit
taxes.
happening, and you can you might not see aliens in your time, but you could be around for a millennium and like see aliens in
but
another.
you probably can't jerk off, and you probably can't drink beer. Like I don't know what you can do if you're a ghost. You're just walking around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's dumb.
I thought you were the guy that really liked to observe.
No.
That'd be the
I do.
perfect way.
People watching
People
guy.
watching be great,
You'd
but
be people watching
for
for
a
like
millennia, it
4,000
would be
years.
pretty boring after a while, right?
Yeah.
You don't know that you couldn't. What's what ectoplasm is, dude?
Oh, it's ghost sperm.
It's ghost sperm.
Who are you gonna
Yeah,
call?
why not?
Is that what Ghostbusters was about?
Ghost
all that stuff,
jerkers.
all the slime.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Okay, well, if you can jerk off, then maybe I'll be a ghost. That'd be okay.
Okay.
I won't watch people and jerk off at the same time. I'll
Bullshit.
go to my ghost area when there's nobody around.
You wouldn't go to like fucking Sandra Bullock's
You'd
house?
leave a note,
Why
though.
Sandra
Technically,
Bullock?
you could,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Leave a ghost note. Be like, oh, I just noticed that there was another ghost here, so I'm just here watching and jerking off just to make sure that, just in case he comes back, I scare him off.
I beat him off. Wait, I scared him away. Oh.
Oh my gosh, that'd be just my nightmare right there. I always wondered that. Always, every funeral I've ever been to, I've always wondered that. Like when they're putting the flowers on the casket, like what is going to end up happening to that person? I never know. That's why you got to hold your loved ones close. So you just got to enjoy this life as much as you can. You have to love as hard as you can. And Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh,
Speaking of
God, that's where
flowers.
it was coming from. Okay.
Speaking of flowers, pro flowers, they're for life and death. Have you ever tried to impress your Valentine with a perfect gift and failed miserably? I'm sure you don't want to make that mistake again. Pro Flowers and Sherry's Berries have teamed up to help you really impress your Valentine this year with their perfectly paired collection. Go ahead and think inside the box this Valentine's Day. This is a one-of-a-kind gift. Your flowers are dipped in strawberries. They're not, though. They're just your flowers, and there's strawberries with them. Well, they'll arrive together in a beautifully, specially designed box that will keep your flowers fresh and your berries cold. Guaranteed. Right now, our listeners, can save 20% on any one of their perfectly paired combinations or any other gift over $29 with your promo code TEETH. Hurry and order today. Valentine's Day is next week. There's only one way to get 20% off a perfectly paired gift over $29, featuring beautiful blooms from Pro Flowers and freshly dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries. Visit proflowers.com today and enter my code TEETH at checkout. That's proflowers.com, code TEETH.
Flowers, man. Gotta get them.
I should probably actually do
You always give.
Well, can you say what you're getting your girlfriend for Valentine's Day? I guess she might listen to the podcast, so you probably
No,
can't.
she doesn't listen to podcasts.
Did you get Valentine's Day gifts?
Man, it's one of those things
It's too
where
cliche.
we're like, no, we don't do Valentine's. It's stupid.
Yeah.
We don't do Valentine's.
But
and then she was like, hey, I just got your gift. And it's like, what? We don't do Valentine's. And then she was like, you don't have to give me a gift. It's that.
That's a fucking trap, by the way.
It is.
You
And I'm going to
absolutely
get her
have to
something
gift.
silly off of Amazon, like a Batman action figure. She fucking loves Batman. She loves action figures. But like, yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
It's like a weird thing where you're both betting that the other person isn't gonna do it, but then you have to do it just in case the other person does it.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
2 years?
2 years? It's only been 2 Valentine's Days?
Yeah.
This is number 3?
This will be the. I guess this will be the second one.
Yeah, because you're like, we always do this on Valentine's Day. You're just talking about last year.
Oh, this is true. No, it's like, I mean, there's another
I'm
example.
going to chase down a lot of truths here.
Yeah, shit.
You
Yeah.
should just make her a card. I always make cards, little stick figures, make the boobs on them, and then just say like, I like hanging out with you.
I think
Because Valentine's Day is a fucking scam.
you say after
It is.
reading an ad read for it.
As far as restaurants go, not proflowers.com. Just definitely get those because those are good gifts.
Good save.
But as far as restaurants go, they always have like the set menus that are like $150,
Yeah.
and you can't change that.
I remember blowing like
It's fixed.
$200 and some on a first date because it happened to be on Valentine's Day.
Oof.
Nah, it's ridiculous.
Because I remember we were gonna go get coffee on like the 15th, but like we had hung out. We like happened to run into each other in downtown, and we were having such a great night that I was like, this is kind of weird, but like, do you want to just go out for Valentine's Day? Like, fuck it. Like, I'm having a good time tonight. She was like, yeah, sure, let's do that. And then I ended up just blowing so much money in that relationship.
You went from the
nowhere.
cheapest date, which is coffee,
Yeah.
or like a walk in the park or something, and to the most expensive, which is Valentine's full. What'd
Swiss
you do?
Attic.
What'd you do?
Went to
Ooh,
Swiss Attic.
wow.
What is that? Is that where everybody?
It's a fancy restaurant downtown.
Oh, I was like, you bought her a pocket knife?
Went Swiss pocket knife.
Swiss Attic.
Yeah, not great. What'd you guys think of? Did you catch any of the trailers? I feel like we kind of talked about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, I liked Solo.
I like the look of it.
I like
like
the look
it.
of it.
I think it looks good. I'm excited to see it. I think that, I think playing Han Solo is the hardest role just about anyone has ever stepped into.
That being said, this guy is getting Alden Ehrlich or whatever is getting so much fucking hate, and I feel so bad for him because who wouldn't want to play Han Solo?
Well, and who's not going to get hate? You're going to have to see it. It's kind of like if
Yeah.
anybody, like when Jared Leto played the Joker, like you're going to always have that backlash.
Well,
It just sucks because
But,
I'm
like-
sure he's going to do his best, but it's just like,
you don't have to get, like, we're
Back
talking
into
about,
a corner.
like, with Lando, right? Donald Glover, like, that's a fantastic cast.
oh yeah,
So you don't
everybody
think
loves
Alden-
Donald Glover though. I mean,
Yeah,
we've
that's what I'm
seen him-
saying.
Yeah, he's
That's what I'm
awesome,
saying.
yeah.
Like,
He's no Billy D. Williams. We'll put it that way.
I think he might be better.
Did you hear
I
Billy
love
D.
Donald
Williams'
Glover.
album? Way better than Childish Gambino. He had his own show. It's better than Atlanta. I'm just
you
kidding.
just saying about Colt 44. Shit. I mean, what? Then are you saying it's bad casting, or do you think he's just got his back up against the wall because
I
it's Han
think,
Solo?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, so I'm not going to say it's bad casting yet. I think it's
Sure.
a very tough role to step into.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, not only is this one of the most like iconic, most famous, charming, actors in movie history, it's also one of the most famous roles. And what I think makes it harder is he's playing it, and it's not that much different age-wise.
Well,
right?
I did the math. It's I think a difference of where he is now age wise and where Harrison Ford was when he played Solo. It's 7 years apart.
Yeah.
Which so why is the Millennium
he
Falcon
younger?
so fucking pristine?
Well,
yeah,
7 years is a long time, but
7 years for the Falcon to look like dog shit from pristine, like perfect, like my car doesn't look like that bad after 7 years.
Whenever he gets into some shit, it looks like he's going to.
well, yeah, we'll find out.
And so is
Blake.
it Woody Harrelson's Falcon to begin with?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's Kira's or whatever. It's supposed to be like the theory is that it's Emilia Clarke's. I mean, it's originally it's Lando's. That's canon that it's Lando's Falcon before it's ever Han Solo's.
I love everybody else in the movie. It looks great. I love the pacing. I wonder though, because they've had some trouble. Correct me if I'm wrong with kind of wrapping this thing up. Because didn't Ron Howard have to jump in?
Yeah, because
finish off directing
Phil
it?
Lord and Miller. I think that's a pretty good look. Like people, it's so subjective because people are like he looks nothing like him, but I think he's.
He looks. It's not that he doesn't look like him. I think it's more about his like inflection that doesn't sound like him.
Oh,
Because Harrison Ford's like a
charming.
well, don't do that. Kind of a.
That new guy's scruffy looking.
It's like a Nerf herder.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
That's
There's gonna be a
that was
look.
great.
that's some solid casting.
That's so good.
Oh, Billy D. So classic.
I know, right? Which, by the way, I think it's late enough in the game now, and I haven't really shared my Star Wars Last Jedi opinions, but I'm not going to go too deep into that.
Too late.
It pisses me off because you either have to love it or hate it these days, and I feel like I was like super neutral on it. I was like, yeah, it was a fine film. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
I'm glad you brought that up. There's nothing like that in this country we live in or all over the world. It's
polarizing.
hyperbole every single time.
Yeah.
Like everybody's always exclaiming, "Oh my god, that movie! Call Me by Your Name, greatest movie. Moonlight, greatest movie." can it just be a good movie? Can something just be you enjoyed it? It was very good. Why does
No,
it?
it can't.
It has to be the best or the worst. Yeah, I
You know,
completely
it's a
agree.
good movie. Did you guys see Brigsby Bear?
No.
No,
That
I
movie
heard
was
that was
awesome.
Good. Yeah,
We're
A lot
going to
of
get
good
into Bears
movies.
because I'm going to
Bears.
talk to you about Paddington
Lot
in a
of heart.
second. But no, Last Jedi, though, I was totally fine with it. Canto Bight sucked. But it did piss me off. Something that really pissed me off was at the end when they're like, yeah, nobody responded to the call. Like, no one wanted to save the rebellion. Lando would have saved the rebellion. Why didn't fucking Lando answer the call at the end? I don't know, that bothered me.
the only thing
That's my
that
biggest
I'll
complaint.
take away from that movie is Luke drinking titty milk.
Oh, that was weird.
That was it.
The
That
blue
was-
milk?
That blew my mind. Like, that was amazing.
Like, in a good way? Like,
Like, I didn't know how to feel after that. I was like, this is what this movie will be forever. Is that and Adam Driver's brick shithouse body and then the fish ladies, the nuns.
they
They were
cute.
great.
Yeah.
I love them.
But yeah, doubling back though, Solo. I'm optimistic about it.
I'm
I think
optimistic
I think
too.
it'll be okay.
I'm optimistic.
What about,
Ron Howard's good. He's competent.
What?
Ron Howard. He's a perfectly competent
well-
director.
Yeah. It's,
yeah.
it's Ron
What a
Howard.
great
He's a
high
cleanup
praise
man,
from
yeah.
Blaine.
What about,
He's
Well, no, it's like
competent.
it's a shitty situation, and for them to just get anybody, like they've got their backs against the wall, and I think like Ron Howard is like the best choice because like he's going to be able to handle it. I think
He's a very. I think he's a safe choice.
Yeah.
He's like they're like he'll know how to make a movie.
Yeah.
Right.
is there any interest in talking about the Avengers trailer? Or is it kind of like,
it was the reaction shot,
yeah,
the
we
trailer,
just-
30 seconds of
yeah,
just people
basically.
going,
what about Jurassic Park, though?
Fuck
is there
that.
any interest in that?
no.
Like, that looks so stupid.
I was
last
more
one was
excited by the
bad,
Jeff
man.
Goldblum Jeep commercial than I was the
Yeah,
Jurassic
that's
Park.
pretty good.
yeah, that commercial will probably be better than the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Was there anything else that came out? Any
Mission
other trailer?
Impossible. Holy
Mission
I haven't
shit,
seen
that
the
Impossible?
trailer
trailer
was
for it.
dope as hell. I'm going to shave my mustache because of Henry Cavill. Like, I'm going to get it back because of Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
He had a mustache.
Is that what it is?
What else?
I don't know. I feel like you're always looking for an excuse to wear a mustache.
Yeah, you can just have a
I
mustache.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
You always are like,
Why
well,
is
I got to
it-
keep the mustache because I was in this thing that we shot like a week ago and we might do a pickup, so I got to keep the mustache. Like, Blaine, just get rid of the mustache.
I just like having mustaches, though.
Dude, I love you. You're like one of my favorite people. You got a heart of gold. You're the best. I hope you get all the happiness sent your way. You look like a goddamn pedophile when you had that stash going.
I knew that you were
It
gonna say
didn't look
that.
good, dude.
I
I
thought that was
love
pretty
you,
dope.
but it didn't
Thanks,
look
bud.
good.
Thanks,
It didn't look good.
You should go for one, I think, one day. You ever go for one?
I don't want to look like I molest children. That's the exact
Well, I
opposite
mean,
look I'm going for.
You know, there's a lot of gentlemen that have had mustaches. Sam
No,
Elliott.
There's very
Tom
the
Selleck.
Tom Selleck, like that time is
Ooh,
done.
Tom Selleck.
The Dick Dusters are done. That age is over.
What else? I mean,
Some people look cool with
You
one.
know what?
The Queen, the guy from Queen.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
He had a
Yeah.
weird one.
I think the bigger and bushier
Yeah.
your mustache is, the less like a pedophile you look.
That
I
is
think
true.
if you have
Yeah.
scruff accompanying it,
Yeah. See,
okay, that's a bad shot. That's from the Sugar Pine 7 video. That's a weird shot.
It's a
Come on,
decent
guys.
mustache, Blaine. That's a decent mustache.
but it's not like a Tom Selleck big bushy mustache,
Yeah, that's
right?
true. And that
'Cause
plays.
Yeah, like a big, happy, smiley, bushy mustache.
I'm working on it. All right.
So but you look so good right now. I
I've
love
only
that. That
recently
looks really
gotten
good.
these fillers.
Yeah.
That is a
Makes
recent
a big
development
difference.
of like 6 to 8.
How old are you?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
27
27.
You mean you just got the ability to grow it?
to grow these.
You
Yeah.
unlocked that
You
achievement.
How did you
I
do
was very
that? How
proud
did
of
you
that.
do it?
It just happened. Like my
Your body you
hair
unlocked
just
something?
decided to start doing it. I guess.
How did you?
Are you having a hard time growing your hair out?
No, I mean, I'm just like I've never had like quite the the full beard that I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, it's a little bit all over the place, but you could do the very like
Oh,
suave,
I can do a great
like
mustache goatee, but it's like the sides here.
It
Do you have
seems like
chest hair?
you could do like a Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah,
kind of
definitely,
thing. going on.
definitely.
Like you
Do
could
you
get that.
chest
going.
hair?
I got
You're bald as hell.
no, I got chest hair.
There's nothing there, Chris.
Yeah, it's there. You get a close up on this.
There's nothing.
Can we really?
a
That would be
thing?
awesome.
I think the crew left like an hour ago. They were like, "Fuck this podcast."
Hey,
Like,
probably.
fuck
Yeah, we're all
this.
ghosts.
Like,
No. Let's actually. We
We're
probably
not even
don't
gonna
need close
do
up
it,
on
yeah.
my chest hair. That's not going to help me at
Well,
all.
we got a camera on you now.
Nope.
There is no
Yeah,
chest hair.
Manual zoom.
We're just gonna like do a little. I don't want to do
What's
this.
the-
There's
I'm
nothing
feeling so-
there.
What's your favorite one? Which one is your favorite one?
Well, I used
Chest hair.
in college. I only had one chest hair. I've since gotten quite a few more, but but yeah, I just had the one chest hair, and so I named him Chester.
Wow.
Chester-
Oh,
the
you think
chest
I've
hair.
heard that before.
Yeah,
Why do I know that story?
That's great.
It's terrible.
Fuck, I want to go watch Mission Impossible now. That
It's not out
trailer.
yet.
What?
It's not out yet.
Good point.
You know, for as crazy as he is, Tom Cruise is a pretty damn good actor, and I love that he does his own stunts.
Dude, did you see?
It's hard to not.
Did you see the shot where he broke his ankle?
No, what in this trailer? Like, do you know about it or like?
So I think he was on one of those late night talk shows, and they brought the raw footage of him doing a stunt, and he broke his ankle.
Was it the jumping against a cliff?
It was him jumping against a building, and they used the shot in the movie. He did the take, and it was fucking great too because he fucking breaks it, and you see it in his face. He's on the edge of this building. He just goes climbs up and finishes running. But his logic in that snap moment was like, I don't want to have to do this again, so I'm just going to run out of frame to make sure they get the fucking shot. It was like
Straight into a risky business slide.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dude's got balls.
I think they used that in the trailer. There is a cut of like that jump, I think.
Risky business?
Oh, no, I'm wrong.
Oh.
Not risky business.
No, that's the shot just from a different angle. But yeah, he fucking nails it.
So was he jumping onto the building?
He was jumping from one rooftop to another. And basically when he was going out, I don't know if you guys have like a weird profile wide shot or something, but like pretend that this is the edge of the building.
Uh-huh.
He went like this, and it just like went in this way. Like his and it fucked his shit up.
Did they really need that jump? I feel like you could take like cuts out of every Mission Impossible movie and make a new one, and you wouldn't know.
Well, that's the great thing though, is they're always like adding set pieces. Like Mission Impossible has become the new James Bond because they do everything so fucking practical. Like the last one was that cool ass airplane climbing down the side of the airplane, and it looks like on this one they're gonna do some like crazy helicopter shit.
Ghost Protocol was a pretty crappy movie, though. Am I right?
Ghost Protocol, was that the most recent one?
Yeah.
I remember it being pretty good.
I think I get him confused, but I like that one a lot.
Yeah,
I thought
Ghost Protocol was that the one where he was like climbing the tower and
that was the one that was in like Dubai.
I like that.
That was a pretty good one.
Which
You guys
one
both
was
wrong. That was a terrible
Hoffman?
movie.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was when it really turned around.
one.
That was 3.
That was 3.
That was 3. Ghost Protocol's what, 4? 3?
3, and
I
then
feel like 2 is the bad one, right?
2 is the
shit one.
What was that? The dream face thing that I can't remember that one.
Well, they all have the
That's
face
the one I'm
thing.
talking
Well, you know the facing, but no, it was like
2 is the one where 2 dudes are riding at each other on motorcycles. They jump off of their motorcycles and
Is
they
that the Doves?
shoot at each other in air and then collide with each other.
That was that one.
Yeah, and then there was Doves.
And there was Doves. That's where that
Birds.
came from.
Is
Yeah.
that John Woo?
That directed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Somebody really artistic. Yeah, no, I thought Mission Impossible's been knocking it out of the park since 3, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of have this they have this fan base too. It's almost like Fast and Furious, where it's like you're gonna go fucking see it.
That
no
being
matter what.
said, though, I don't feel bad watching Mission Impossible. I think they're genuinely good movies.
No,
Yeah, I like
Fast
think
and
they're
Furious. I
great,
feel
yeah.
like I'm like, meh.
I just
Like
feel
Fast
like
and Furious
it's,
is Transformers to me now.
yeah. I haven't seen Transformers since Transformers 2.
I hadn't seen any of the Fast and Furious, but I was on a plane for 5. Fast 5.
Okay.
And
What do you mean you were on a plane for 5?
I was
For
on
Fast
it
5.
when it was like, it was
It was
an option.
playing while you were on a plane.
And I really liked it. I thought it was good.
You might like the other ones.
I think I might check them out.
You should check them out.
Five. That was the one whenever he died, right?
Bro, they all blend together. I mean,
Well,
I
it's
guess
at
like,
7.
we're saying that in Mission
7.
Impossible, we can't decipher the difference.
Well, except there's the Tokyo Drift one with that dude who played quarterback, Jake Winchell, in Friday Night Lights, the movie, not the show. That one was some next level shit. I can't remember if I liked it. I think it was pretty shitty.
it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I remember.
But it's great too because like it was in the timeline, like in the canon, it was supposed to take place after like 5 or something like that, like or 4 or 5. So because basically there's this character that appears in that one and he like takes hiatus and goes to Japan and then he ends up, dying in that movie, but he'd appeared in all the other movies until 5. But for some reason in Japan, I guess they're racing these like 20-year-old cars that are fucking shitty. Like it messed with the whole like, I don't know. Yeah. Apparently that guy was in, they had Tokyo Drift, like good old boy, appear in the most recent Fast and Furious movies, and he's just terrible. That's what I heard.
He's not the best anyways. I don't want to just like, I can't act, but like, he's not good.
Well, no, can I? Yeah, I can.
That's okay.
Chris, can you act? Todd?
No.
Can you
No.
act?
So. I can act in characters, not myself.
Right. Same.
How do you feel about? I don't know. I'm just thinking about like replacing people who die in movies.
Oh, like the Kevin Spacey?
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I mean, he did die.
He didn't die, but he did some.
Well, are they CGIing him out of the movie?
Yeah, Plumber.
Yeah,
Plumber.
Plumber.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know they replaced him, and I thought they were reshooting scenes.
Yeah.
So
he didn't die. No, sorry.
but are they CGIing him and replacing him with another actor, or are they reshooting the movie?
Both.
They did both.
Huh.
So why are you asking? You asking because of Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
I mean, I think they're gonna like write her out.
I think so too.
I think that was like the plan, which sucks because if you think about it, The Force Awakens was Han Solo's movie. Last Jedi was Luke Skywalker's, and then the ninth one would have probably been Carrie's. Yeah, Leia's. But now we won't know how that ends.
If you were in the middle of a shoot and then you died, what would you want to happen? Would you want to be A, written out of it,
$1 million butt shoot.
B, replaced with another actor and reshot, or C, CGI'd?
It depends on not CGI'd.
You don't want to be CGI'd.
It depends on.
Like, what if I was like, I will do it. I'll be your body, and then they will CGI your face onto me.
That would be so creepy. It's depending on what the production.
They do it on Snapchat, dude. It's not that hard.
Well, no. So, like, if it was like a comedy movie, like a really ridiculous, wacky comedy movie, then I would want them to replace me with someone that looks nothing like me, and then for that character to come on and be like, "Oh, hey, I just went to the bathroom. I'm back, guys," and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Blaine." You know?
Oh yeah, he died.
Well,
okay,
they
keep going
did
with
that
the movie.
with
Yeah, like,
Heath Ledger's last movie. What was that? The Mr. Emporium's whatever, the Terry Gilroy film.
Oh, they just had
Where,
different
like,
actors coming
there's
in.
like 3 different people played him.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. I think that'd be funny. There's a different Blaine every time.
yeah.
Like goes something. Oh, it's Blaine.
So that's what you want to do. You want to just. What if it's
Just a recast, but still using the.
And who would you like to play you? Have play you?
Colton Dunn.
Colton Dunn? I don't know what caliber of actor are you talking about.
You can pick anyone you want.
Anyone you want.
Oh man,
I mean, this
it would
theoretical-
have to be somebody like The Rock, like someone just cool.
Well, we're not going to get the. All right.
Well, no, I'm
Come
not
on,
saying
come
I'm
on.
anywhere comparable to The Rock. I'm saying it would be funny because it's just like a stark difference.
Well, then they'd be like, "Who's this shitty actor that's playing?"
For this character for the first half.
You want someone worse than you, so they can be like, God, it really shows.
All right,
that
Channing
Blaine
Tatum
wasn't
then,
there.
I guess.
There you go.
Don't talk shit about
That's
him.
good.
Is that a laugh track?
Was that a laugh track?
I think that was.
Do we have the John Cena thing? Can y'all get that before the show's done? The John Cena intro,
The theme song?
the theme song. Yeah.
Copyright.
So yeah. So that's what if it's a super serious drama?
I don't know. I think that then they'd have to just like replace my footage or something, or cut around it in a way that.
Rewrite.
Yeah, that would work.
Make a choice here.
Rewrite.
I
don't know, because it's like that's the thing is like, if an actor died on one of my shoots and we had spent so much time working with them and they were in a bunch of footage already, I wouldn't want to just like throw that away. It'd be terrible.
Well, yeah, because the one where they did that in Star Wars with the "You may fire when ready," that guy when they
Grand Moff Tarkin,
yes,
Peter Cushing.
yeah, and they replaced him as like all of a sudden it's like Polar Express.
Yeah.
Like that guy is the Polar Express.
Well, he didn't
Everybody
die
else-
in the
All
middle of-
aboard the Polar.
No, I mean he's just like super old.
Well, no, yeah,
He died of
Cushing died in like
being-
the 90s, I think.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
But they. I don't think they quite have the technology to do it right.
Yeah, I think with Cushing they probably should have done what they did with Han Solo, which is just cast a completely different guy that looks similar. Like I think I would have gotten it, or they could have just played it in the reflection, you know, because like when he walks up to him, you see him standing out like looking at the Death Star, and you see his reflection, and that like
And then he
sufficed.
says, You get,
yeah.
You know
and he
who
turned
it
around,
is.
and he's like, you're like, oh god, Peter Cushing, no.
What about you guys? Would you want to be replaced?
Yeah, I would just want to fuck with the audience. I mean, that's the best part about, dying is that, I haven't filled out a will or any information, so people have to deal with my shit afterwards. I don't have to deal with anything. I'm like wherever, the next plane of existence.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as it comes to the movie, have like 20 different people. We're doing a Sopranos ending.
You'll be in your
Just
ghost
cut to black
masturbating
whenever
zone.
I did die, like whatever scene we're on. If it's like 20
The
minutes
movie
into
is
the movie, the movie's over at 20 minutes. That'd be hilarious.
I don't want to be replaced like Roger Rabbit style, but just with like
A cartoon character.
yeah, just full on Replace me with Bugs Bunny or something.
or a cartoon version of yourself. Like never address it.
It's me, Tom.
Yeah, something that is never addressed. That would be the way to go. Like whether it's animated or like another actor, like you'd never address anything.
Or claymation.
Here's a morbid thought, and it's very gross, but at the same time, say I were to die, it wouldn't fucking matter because I'm dead. Have you ever considered your legacy and like, maybe something that you say on social media or a video that you appear in, that's the last thing that you did. And it's like, people will listen back and they'll be like, oh, wow.
Like
he
this,
predicted
like
his
we
own
all
death.
die in a horrible
I don't
accident
like this.
right after this podcast. And this is our last will and testament.
That's, yeah. See,
That's-
it doesn't, and
Man,
I'm
that's
kind of like
depressing.
cringing thinking about that, but if I died, it doesn't fucking matter because I'm dead. So whatever.
Yeah. But like, there are a lot, this is not the way I want to go out.
Talking about soft scrotums at the beginning of the podcast.
Like just start.
Could be worse, Chris.
It could be worse. At least I didn't, I was going to make a dig at Tyler.
No, I like digs. I was going to give myself a dig, so you go first.
Oh, no, you go.
Okay, like, I mean, the internet's forever, and like, people are going to love you or going to hate you no matter what. You don't get to dictate that. And you do get to dictate the things you say sometimes, and then they just come out. So, like, there's something around there, floating around, like, I can suck my own dick. That's on there forever.
Yeah.
My mom could see that.
Wait, are you saying you can?
I said that on an episode of Always Open. And
But can you suck your own dick?
Yeah, I can. But that's
Whoa.
internet forever right there. So, like, that would be on my tombstone.
Well, it needs to happen though. We actually need to post a video of you on the internet of you sucking your own
Yeah.
dick.
Well, no, and that's how
Then it'll be the
that's how I
internet
could die is by that.
Sucking your own.
Choking or what?
Choking on my dick.
Sure.
And then be like, Tyler, died the way he lives. Sucking his own
Wait,
dick.
How would you have that phrased on the exact phrase on your tombstone?
The dude loved dick, man.
You love dick, man.
He could suck his own dick.
Can you? And then that would be it. And like, it'd be a challenge, it'd be a gauntlet, it'd be like National Treasure. Like, I'll lead you through the steps on how to do it. Like Nick Cage can,
You bust into the
we're gonna steal the
Lincoln
Declaration
Memorial.
of
We
Independence.
gotta suck his own.
We're gonna suck our dicks.
I gotta get this.
Like every president could suck their dick, So, anyways, I bet Lincoln couldn't suck his dick. He's a tall man. He had somebody else sucking his dick too. He was gay. Doesn't really matter. He freed the slaves.
Lincoln?
Yeah.
What's the...
Apparently, he was gay with a guy.
Well, that makes sense.
That sounds
That sounds pretty reputable.
Back, man, I'm paraphrasing. It was in the time of his life when this happened.
Wow.
All right, what's your
on.
source on that?
Great
Just
story.
curiosity.
Look it up. Internet.
Yeah, Snopes. Because it's probably fake.
No, I think it was actually true. And it doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter.
No,
I don't
doesn't.
give a shit if you can.
That would actually be
Maybe
pretty...
that's why he was
And again,
cool.
to your point, I
Pretty
don't give a
rock
fuck
star.
if people know that. Like, if I'm dead, I'm dead. It doesn't really matter to me.
Right.
But it would kind of be unfortunate to...
Is there anything that you wouldn't want happen to your corpse?
I mean, I wouldn't want it to get, fucked by a dog or something.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of things I don't
I
want
do
to
not want to be a
But
cadaver.
What is
wait,
happening
wait.
right now? What is this? Why is Chris's head on my body?
Act like Blaine.
All of a sudden,
Blaine, you going to the gym today? Hey, Blaine, how many reps you getting in?
5, 6. Why stop it? I don't know. So many.
Chris, how do you drive a car?
Oh, shit.
Show us how you drive a car.
Wow, this is.
It's gone now.
Oh.
Were you still looking at
I was
Blaine?
looking. I was like, wow, they did it on the wide shot too.
They even put Blaine's hat on me.
Oh, that's fucking amazing. That's great. Wait, what were you saying about bodies?
Oh, yeah. So is there anything?
Yeah.
So say you die.
Okay.
Mhm.
What did you say? A dog humping your body?
There's a lot of things that don't want to happen to my dead corpse.
What? Like what?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter though because I'd be dead.
Yeah, but okay. And say this: everything that desecrates your body, your family gets money.
Oh, well then, free for all. Fuck it. Whatever you want to do, man. Just pay my family. I just don't want anything that's gonna super embarrass them. I guess.
No. But it'll be embarrassing things.
Oh well, then if they're getting money, then it's like whatever they're comfortable with. I guess
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Oh, just go to town on me. Find a pit of, necrophiliacs and just go have with it.
Have at Tyler.
Go.
Just put me in the ghost masturbation room.
His body's been decaying for
Let
a
him go
while.
at it.
You can create your own holes. It'd be like great white sharks feeding on a dead whale.
Oh, this is so
But if my
Yeah.
family's going to be better off, then yeah,
right. Doesn't matter to you.
I'll let people fuck my body everywhere. That would be fine as long as my mom and dad are okay.
This is a morbid podcast.
I'm not cool with any of that.
No.
It wouldn't really matter.
Put me in peanut butter. That's what I want.
Just doubling down on that
Be a
peanut
part
butter.
of a crunchy peanut
I wouldn't want to be a cadaver. I think that kind of sucks. Like realistically, I don't know if I'd want to be that. I do want to get my organs, but like that's not the same thing, right? Like you'd have to donate your body to science, correct? Or organ donor, they just take your organs, right?
Yeah.
What? Organ
Well,
donors?
what about life? You know what I mean? Let's talk about life for a second.
Life.
How do you want to live? Chris?
I want to direct Star Wars.
You want to direct Star Wars?
That's actually kind of like a private thing that I don't really like to talk about too much. But yeah, that's like my ultimate life goal.
Why not? That's
Okay.
a badass goal.
I
Why
wanna
wouldn't
do
you
it.
be
That
proud
is
of
badass.
that?
Because if I don't live up to it, then that's like, oh.
No, it doesn't, because the journey's half the fun.
Yeah, if a hack like Ron Howard can get the gig, surely you. What'd you call him earlier?
Adequate director, Ron
adequate?
Howard.
Wait, no, wait. Can I call you out, Blaine? I'm gonna call you out.
Okay.
This morning we were talking about the Han Solo movie, and then and you were like, well, you know, it's like it was a risk for that. Who was that director? Ron Howard. And I was like, I think he's okay. It's like, yeah, but it's still a big risk for him. I'm like, I don't think he's worried about it. And you're like, I don't know. Let me see. And you looked up his IMDb. It's like, okay, yeah. That's a lot of Academy
4
Awards.
Oscar nominations.
Yeah,
and 2
okay, yeah,
wins.
you're right. He's good.
Yeah. This is true.
Did you not know who Ron Howard was?
Oh, no, I absolutely did.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I used to watch him in
You were just double checking.
whatever.
Happy
fucking-
Day. Happy Day. He was
No,
in Happy
the one
where
Days
his dad's
and,
the cop.
what was it?
It's Mayberry.
Opie. He was Opie?
Yeah.
I don't think he was Opie.
Yeah, he was Opie.
Was he
Opie.
Opie?
He was Opie. With
Yeah, he was.
Who was Don Knotts?
Don Knotts.
He was the other. He
He
was
just
like
Don
Played
the
himself.
constable or whatever.
Don Knotts played himself.
It was Andy Griffith's show.
Oh,
The
that's-
Andy Griffith
Griffith
show.
show.
Oh, my
Christ,
God.
Bunch of fucking millennials on
I was
this
just like,
pod.
Yeah, right?
Except for Tom.
and Happy Days. And Happy Days.
And Happy Days.
Yeah. Okay. No, he's great.
Yeah.
Apollo 13.
Yeah, he's been in space before. He knows how to handle it. He's been there.
Yeah, real space.
Cool.
What would you do?
You should
Yeah.
be way prouder of
You
that
should.
goal. That's
That's
great.
a good one. I don't have any goals like that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I want. Actually, I have talked about this before because, well, I don't want to go down that path because it'll go back to death. So we're not going to talk about it.
You know what? I think it's cool because you have any haters on that like, that's stupid, you'll never get that. They're just jealous that you even like dreamt of it and that you're going for it. So fuck them. I think it's great.
Well, thanks. What are you guys' goals? What do you want to do? Okay, cool. I wonder what Star Wars I would direct though. Like, what do you do? Like a
All
solo
right, you have to
feature?
pick the least known Star Wars character. And you have to make a movie about him.
I could make a pretty badass Dengar movie. You know,
Which one's that?
he's the bounty hunter that looks like he's wrapped in toilet paper. His Tales from the Bounty Hunter story is so cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Dengar the movie coming out 2025.
It's like, I'm finally getting to make that Star Wars movie, guys. It's Dengar.
Salacious Crumb, the origin story.
All right. And on that note, that's going to be it for the RT podcast, I
Man.
think, right?
Is it really?
Or did we go till 7? I thought it was an hour and a half. What do we do? We're good to get out of here?
We can keep going. Chris, what do you want to do? What's your life goal, my dude?
Oh, yeah.
Well, gee, now I want to direct the Star Wars movie that's better than yours.
You know what? I'll tell you this. Hold on. We'll talk about that in the post show.
Oh,
We're going to talk about what you
good
want to
cliffhanger.
do at the post show. All right. Thanks again to all our sponsors, MeUndies, Squarespace, and Pro Flowers. Apologies for not being Bernie, Gavin, Gus, and Barbara. They'll be back next week. And I guess that'll be it. See you guys.